Hi, I'm attorney Renee Osipov with Chelle Law, and we assist veterinarians with employment contract issues. Today I'm answering the question, can someone break a veterinary associate contract? The short answer is yes, you can. However, if breaking the employment agreement or employment contract means that you are not adhering to the terms that you signed and agreed to abide to, you could be in breach of the contract. And if you're in breach, there are some serious consequences that you need to consider. So first, sometimes contracts will have liquidated damage clauses stating that if you break this agreement, leave before you complete your term, you do not give proper notice for a without cause termination, there may be financial consequences, which equate into tens of thousands of dollars. So you want to make sure that you read your employment agreement and you understand fully what you're signing, because you can't just walk away without consequences. The other thing you want to consider are any of those restrictive covenants. So that's your non-compete clause, your non-solicitation of clients or of employees. Those all still stand. So even if you break the agreement, you still can be held in violation of the non-compete clause or the non-solicitation clause. So you want to make sure, again, you read your employment agreement and you understand that those restrictive covenants don't go away. Even if you breach the agreement, they can come after you for damages for the breach of the contract and for a violation of the restrictive covenants. Now, most veterinary employment agreements will have an arbitration clause. So that means that you'll have to sit down with an arbitrator to discuss damages of this breach. If they don't have that, then your employer can actually sue you in court and bring forth any damages. And, what's that going to look like? Well, if they have to recruit another veterinarian, the cost of that and onboarding that veterinarian, if they've lost any business while you are gone. And this can get really serious for someone who's very specialized, and there's few of you out there that can fill that position. So the short answer is yes, you can always break a contract, but what are the consequences of that going to be? You're probably going to be in breach of the contract, and that can either mean arbitration or litigation. You don't get out of the restrictive covenants. Those things stick around. So you are going to have to abide by the non-compete and the non-solicitation clauses. Sometimes there's also confidentiality in there as well. And then, lastly, it's best just to look at your contract itself. Sometimes most of the time, and you should look for it and should not sign a contract that does not have a without cause termination. If there's a without cause termination, you just give the required notice, which is anywhere between 60 to 90 days. That's typically industry standard, that you will be terminating the agreement. Then at the end of that 60 to 90 days, you walk away. However, the restrictive covenants are always going to apply, but you're not opening yourself up to arbitration or litigation costs because you did it properly. The other thing you want to remember, if you're terminating the agreement for without cause, you want to make sure that you give the proper notice so that 60 to 90 days actually starts. There's normally always a notice clause in your employment agreement contract. However, they're vastly different. Sometimes you're able to give your notice in person, via email. However, sometimes they have to be in writing and mailed to headquarters if it's more of like a corporate setting, but they're always different. And if you mail them, sometimes the notice starts on the first day and sometimes it starts the third day after you mail it in. So again, you want to read this very carefully so you make sure that you're not in breach of your contract. If you have any other questions, if you can break your agreement or how to terminate your agreement, check out our website at Chelle Law, CHELLE law.com. We assist veterinarians every day with contract employment agreements. We're happy to assist you. You can check out our website with other videos and more information. Thank you.